And when the temperature plummets, you'll cruise in comfort with heated seats and heated steering wheel. All this plus peace of mind with Subaru's top safety pick status for 19 years running. This winter, it's time to get you into a Subaru. Visit Subaru.ca today.
Invest for today and tomorrow. Vision Credit Union makes it simple with 2 RRSP options to fit your goals. Choose a secure term deposit RRSP with guaranteed returns or a mutual fund RRSP offering higher growth potential with exciting opportunities. With an RRSP, you'll save on your income tax, grow your investments tax-free, and get closer to your dreams. Whether it's retirement or your first home, the deadline to qualify for 2025 tax deductions is March 2nd. Learn more at visioncu.ca.
Get the inside scoop for your team on Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
It's 11 o'clock. Good morning. Thank you for tuning into Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at Wilhauk Beef Jerky. If I may say, gentlemen, ladies, St. Patrick's Day is Valentine's Day is only like 2.5 weeks. St. Patrick's Day is like 7-8 weeks.
I thought you said it first Dan Patrick Day. I'm like, is this a holiday I'm unaware of? I mean, love DP, but
Dan Patrick
Day.
Donovan Paulson. Digital producer.
He'll never have a day.
DP. Anyways, Valentine's Day. If you've got a friend, a partner, a lover, anything else,
FWB,
friends with benefits, anything, you want to treat them right, go to Wilhauk Beef Jerky, buy them a bag of jerky. Maybe you admire someone and you just want to buy them a bag of beef jerky. You can do so too. Tiger, thank you for the text. Not going to read it. 1-833-401. Yeah, 1440. If you want to get in on the text line, a lot of people picking up on the Dan Patrick, DP, and Valentine's Day. 1 minute in, yeah, to MTR. We're getting going quick here on the show because we have so much to talk about. Well, the Oilers off yesterday. They'll be in action tomorrow. We could talk a little bit about football and the coaching hires. Cleveland Browns found their man. We'll dive into that. Any other questions you might have, we'll talk about it. 1-833-401-1440. I do quickly want to give a quick shout out to the Ben Stelter Foundation, all the schools in our city that took part, raising a lot of money for a really good cause. And we actually sent our intern Mackenzie down to, what was it, Allendale School, I believe. Mackenzie, we'll pass the mic over to you. Yes. I want to ask you, just how was your experience? You got a chance to get in a scrum with Connor McDavid.
Yeah.
I mean, the first time I met a pro athlete, I was like 14. It was Vincent Jackson at a Chargers game, and I was shaking. How was it interacting with the Oilers captain?
Well, I didn't do much interacting, honestly. I was so nervous, and I was just trying to make sure that like my audio and video and everything was like okay. So I was like two-handing my phone.
Yeah.
And it was like, not everybody was like everybody was like really close. And like, I didn't feel like super like comfortable doing that because I was like, we're at like a school charity thing. Like we don't need to be right up in his face, but that was what everybody else wanted to do. So just kind of hung back a little bit, but it was really cool. I didn't realize like how soft spoken he actually is. Like it had to be like dead silent in there for anyone to hear his answers and stuff. And the kids had good questions.
I did like the video. We posted it on all our socials. There was one boy girl I didn't know because they had their hood up, but it actually did like the hands on the head, like, whoa, it's Connor McDavid, like straight up excitement. So yeah, good work with that one. Now my follow up with this, Duke, and well, we only have 2 mics there, but there's 3 of you. I want to have the race to 1,000 Twitter followers between Josh Fenwick and Country Mac. Because Josh, I mean, you want to turn your mic on? Well, we can ask Josh. Josh, your current follower count, J Fenwick 04.
We're at 73.
We're at 73. So at J Fenwick 04, 73. Country Mac, you are Mac
McLennan.
Mac McLennan, which might be tougher to spell for
Yeah.
some people. What's your total right now?
68.
68.
Yeah.
One away from goodness.
Well, we're going to have the race to 100 Twitter followers. I don't know if it'll be brought up on any other show, but I want to see who gets to 100 first. Maybe we'll tweet both your names, both your handles, and it'll be the race to 100.
Tater finally followed me back, by the way.
Oh, that's a big one.
The last time that he put the retweet thing out, it was, Tater follows me back. I'm like, finally. All right, now I'll start retweeting this.
We just need Spec to follow Declan.
That's the one that we're all chasing at this point.
That's the big one. I don't know if Spec's listening, but if we can get Spec to follow Declan back. The problem is you search him and he just doesn't pop up.
That's true. Shadow banned because of his old background on Twitter.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I thought he had some sort of privacy setting. Anywho, go give them both a follow on X if you'd like. I don't think I've even introduced everybody. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick, Mac the intern on the other side there. Duke, we did see some news today from the NFL as the Cleveland Browns hiring their next head coach. Since 1999, they've had 11 coaches. The latest, Todd Monken. Only one team has more coaches since 1999. Duke, can you guess who it is?
It is the interim coaches count?
I don't know full-time.
No, I don't think I would know.
The Raiders.
Oh,
yeah.
Right.
So the Raiders
They've
had 13.
had a nice little run here in the past couple of years.
Browns at 11. And Todd Monken, for those of you who do not know, pretty good resume, actually. Like if you go back, spent 3 years with the Baltimore Ravens as their offensive coordinator, helped Lamar Jackson have some big years. Before that, he's with Georgia Bulldogs, offensive coordinator and quarterbacks. Before that, though, Cleveland Browns. He spent time with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for a while. A college career before that, LSU, Oklahoma, and Southern Miss. So he's obviously a football lifer. He's a two-time national champion when it comes to that because he spent those 2 years with the Georgia Bulldogs. So interesting move. We'll see how long it lasts. I don't think it is by any means the sexiest name out there, but that's kind of where they are. You know, they have a very good defense. We have questions about the quarterback. I know they have a Pro Bowl quarterback and they have a really expensive quarterback, but there's still questions that do remain in the QB room there. I think a competitive division as well. The Ravens, I would expect to be strong with Jesse Minter, the Steelers. We'll see. We don't just pencil them in with at least 9 wins because Mike Tomlin is gone. They got a Pittsburgh native now running with it, but we'll see. And then, I mean, Cincinnati Bengals, you would think have to bounce back in some fashion. Defense maybe gets a little stronger through the draft, through free agency, but interesting move there for the Cleveland Browns. Duke, did you like the hire for Todd Monken?
I actually do, I think, for Cleveland, because the Browns had found themselves in a little bit of dire straits here where a number of candidates withdrew themselves from consideration, and the reports from the insiders and whomever else was that there was a little bit of headbutting going on because any head coach candidate was told they had to keep Jim Schwartz on as the defensive coordinator. And Jim Schwartz is an excellent DC. He was in the mix to be the head coach as well, but I don't think they were interested in him really having the job. They want him more as the DC. So that seemed to scare a few potential candidates away. Now, Todd Monken, he did technically just get fired, but it was more so due to changing of the guard in Baltimore rather than, him being bad at his job. The track record in with the Ravens was pretty good. Obviously, Lamar Jackson having some strong seasons. You mentioned the back-to-back natties with Georgia at the NCAA level. So I think it's an okay get for Cleveland. With the way the Browns are and the way the Browns have been, is it better to circle back around and try like a fresh face again, or do the tried and true route? Now, who is out there for those type of names? A lot of those guys have already been snapped up, the experienced coaches. I think this is a fine move. And all of a sudden, Todd Monken paired with somebody at quarterback, that's to be determined still, but Quinshaw Judkins in the backfield, depending on availability, that injury was pretty gruesome, obviously, but the tight end, Harold Fannin Jr., had a really good rookie season. The defense we know is pretty rock solid with Myles Garrett. It usually will be. It's not the worst job, but the lack of a quarterback and lack of options in this upcoming draft certainly stand out as things in Cleveland aren't due for a immediate turnaround here.
Yeah,
I have to think Monken should get some decent leash.
Well, you think that, but
You
then
would think
if
that.
another name pops up, hypothetically, then maybe they make that change. I was going through coaches who've been with their program for 1 year. Gerard Mayo, gone. Obviously, Mike
Pete
Vrabel
Carroll,
comes in.
Gone.
Pete Carroll, well, Antonio Pierce.
Gone.
Frank Reich in Carolina.
Right?
You would have Nathaniel Hackett with the Denver Broncos. Sean Payton comes in. How about this? Lovie Smith and David
I
Culley.
was going to say back-to-back for the Texans. Lovie Smith, who won the last game of the year on a Hail Mary to remove themselves from the top pick. We've talked about that, how it actually might have been the best thing for the franchise. Some maybe changing
not.
that tune because CJ Stroud did not look good in the playoffs. But and then the year before that, yeah, David Culley, which was one of the most surprising and uninspired hires in recent memory in the NFL. He was the Ravens wide receiver coach and became the Texans head coach.
Yeah.
And they weren't good.
He was in a bad situation too.
Oh, right? it was a lose-lose.
But he got the contract at least. He got paid.
There you go.
Urban Meyer the year before.
Good times.
How about Freddie Kitchens with the Browns? Remember that?
Yes, I do.
You know who was on that staff? Monken.
Yeah. 2019 OC for the Browns. And it's funny because Kitchens came in. He got 1 year, which I believe was right after the 2 seasons of Hugh Jackson, who got 2 seasons despite going 0-16 in one of them. I believe his first one.
You set that bar low enough.
He went 0-16 and 1-15.
Steve Wilkes, Chip Kelly with the Niners, MTR. You remember that. Oh, how about Jim Tomsula with the Niners as well? Chuds, Rob Chudzinski for the Cleveland Browns. Romeo Crennel with the Chiefs. Mike Merlarkey, going way back. Hugh Jackson with the Raiders. Jim Mora Jr., Bobby Petrino. That was bad. Bobby Petrino with the Falcons was terrible. Never should have hired him. Art Shell with the Raiders. So there's been a few. Marty Schottenheimer out in Washington. There's some names I don't even know. Ray Rhodes. Al Groh. John Bugle. I don't know these guys. Pete Carroll with the Jets 1 year. So now he's done that twice, too. That's pretty impressive. Twice. He's been one and done in the NFL. So, we'll see.
So maybe down the road, we'll forget about Pete Carroll's Raiders tenure and the blemish it is on an otherwise sparkling career, just as at this point we have, and I'll speak for myself, maybe I'm not a ball knower, forgot that Pete Carroll coached the Jets.
I mean, I don't think you were alive yet.
So there we go. Free pass.
Exactly. Here's a funny one. Cat just the Oilers had more coaches in that time. You're right. If you go back to the 1999 season, it was Ron Lowe who wrapped up the year. Then they'd had Kevin Lowe, Craig McTavish, Pat Quinn, Tom Rennie, Ralph Kruger, Dallas Aikens, Todd Nelson, Todd McClellan, Dave Tippett, Jay Woodcroft, Knobloch. Did I say Ken Hitchcock? He was in there as well. A couple guys didn't even make it to like 70 games.
But were those
nonetheless,
interim guys?
Well, I guess Kruger probably would have came in.
But he still coached
I think that was lockout year, wasn't it?
Was Hitchcock the only guy that just finished out a season after someone got fired?
Todd Nelson did as well.
Oh, yeah, right.
He would have replaced Dallas Aikens. Hitchcock the same way. And then, Knobloch obviously came in, early on in the year, but the Edmonton Oilers right in that category with the Raiders. But since, 2022, they've turned it around. The Raiders haven't really done that yet. One playoff spot and a loss for the Raiders. Hey, Lance. Lance also just texted in. Sorry to bring up your Raiders and your Oilers. Said he went to the Oilers pictures last night, asked them a few questions you might find interesting. Well, let us know, Lance. What would you ask the Oilers, like off the record, Duke? Any question that would come to your mind?
Like about their coaches?
No, just about anything.
Like, and who am I asking?
Any Oiler. If you could ask any Oiler any question, what would you ask?
What was it really like being inside the Belanger Triangle?
How bad was it? Nuge, did you ever want to quit hockey? Was it ever that bad? It'd be interesting. If you went to the pictures last night, it'd be cool. I saw some photos, looked awesome. Lance said he asked Nuge what his favorite Oilers jersey ever wore was. He said the first year of the Orange Crush. Yeah, then they changed it just slightly, but I didn't like the change that was made personally. But the original one I really did like. And I was on the bandwagon for the orange Oilers jersey for so long. And then when they went full time, I felt that it lost its aura. As a third jersey, I think it would have been great, but I don't like full orange jerseys, whether it's the Marlins, the Bengals, the Broncos, the Oilers, anyone. I'm not a big fan of it.
The Ducks.
The Ducks. Yeah, man, I don't like that look, Duke. Well documented. Didn't mesh well against the Oilers or the Flames, I thought.
I like the white ones. White ones are great. And in Calgary, they wore white helmets, and in Edmonton, they wore orange helmets.
Well, they won in Calgary and lost in Edmonton. Maybe there's something to it.
Something to it.
Nothing else. Canada's flag bearers announced. I don't know if you saw it earlier today, Duke.
I did.
Of course, Mikhail Kingsbury, pretty good track record. And then ski cross racer, Marielle Thompson. Now, and there's going to be 4 different locations for the opening ceremony, right? Like, because Gregor was mentioning Romania has 7 flag bearers. Like, it's like a quarter of their athletes
at each event.
Yeah, and I was looking on
Is
Wikipedia.
Canada doing that?
I'm not exactly sure, but
the way it's been announced, it kind of seems like no. It seems like these two are going to carry the flag at the hub of the ski events in whatever that place's name is. I don't have it in front of me again. What?
Livino?
Sure, that sounds right.
There's a G in there, but
and then there's obviously Milan, Cortina, and one more location. But I haven't seen or heard anything about more Canadians actually carrying flags at those ones. Maybe let us walk and wave in their cool Lululemon.
There you go.
I'm like, whoa, I'm straight. They're cool Lululemon digs.
Yeah. I mean, some other countries are having athletes at multiple spots. Italy, of course, makes sense. You know, they're the host nation. But I'm fired up for this one. Canada's flag. Okay, so Canada's flag bearers in Beijing was Marie-Philippe Plan and Charles Hamlin. I had said if I was picking a hockey player, that's who I would have gone with, but I guess she's had the honor already. So,
and then the men's players won't be there yet, I think, for the opening ceremonies.
No. Yeah, because it's like the day before Crosby plays in Buffalo.
Get him there.
And they wouldn't do the post or the closing ceremonies either because they'll be back, I believe. Jamie Invo says, I hope Dry carries the flag. Did you guys vote for him? I did.
You can vote for who carries the German flag?
I did not even know that was a thing.
Shouldn't only Germans be allowed to vote for that?
A surprising amount of Edmontonians voting for Leon Draisaitl. Yeah, I bet that would be the case. Says you can find it on Instagram. We'll take a look. Lance said, I asked Evan Bouchard 2 questions. He's very nice and talkative. He said the team he hates to play the most is the Florida Panthers. And I asked if he ever thinks the boos chant sound like booze. He said it's the best of both worlds because even the boos sound like booze.
Water off the duck's back. That is Evan Bouchard.
Good answer.
Nothing phases him.
Northside Norm texting in. All the boys loved my custom T-shirt for Lazar. I don't know if you remember when he got to game 600, Duke. I think there was some kind of jokes about what his T-shirt would look like.
I remember Gene making some sort of reference to it during the game prelude, I think.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he got a T-shirt, but that's where Northside Norm comes in. I saw he had the shirt. Got a picture with Lazar actually blasting his way to 600 games played, and he's got lasers coming out of his eyes. So, Norm,
laser beams.
You nailed it. Oh, Jamie says it's Draisaitl's account. Okay, well, I think the Sports 1440 account can't access that one, but if you're out there and you can go to Leon Draisaitl's Instagram account, go vote for him. Maybe he'll be the flag bearer. Have to leave Edmonton early just to get there in time. We'll take a break here. When we come back, more text into 1-833-401-1440. It is Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
When the ground freezes, you wonder how anything can get done. And instead of staying outside in temperatures that would make a polar bear cry, you head inside where it's toasty and warm. But that's not what GS Construction does. Because while the ground freezes above, we plan below, rebuilding and revitalizing the systems that keep our communities working year after year. Now, don't worry. GS Construction promises to do everything safely and efficiently, and we'll wear our extra warm clothing outside. For more on what we do, visit gsconstruction.ca.
A pizza from Papa John's is already pretty great, but you know what's even better? 2 pizzas from Papa John's. For a limited time, get a medium 1-topping pizza for only $6 when you order any large specialty pizza at regular menu price. Whether you're feeding your family, your team, or yourself, Get your next meal from your locally owned and operated Papa John's with a $6 one-top medium when you order any large specialty at regular menu price. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
When picking a New Year's resolution, try to avoid things you have no influence over.
Like bringing home the cup? That would be awesome.
But completely outside your control. Instead, pick something you can control, like bringing home some Wilhock beef jerky.
That would also be awesome. But what if we brought the cup home to Canada and it was filled with Wilhock beef jerky?
Okay, I'll allow it.
Wilhock beef jerky, only available in Leduc. Get yours today, because you don't win cups with salad.
Bringing every project to life requires the right team. By joining the Japa Machinery Group service or sales teams, you can be part of setting a new industry standard. Celebrating a legacy of excellence with Japa. Learn more at japamachinery.com.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $500,000 on Mega Jackpots Ocean Bells? Think about the season tickets you could lock down with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
This hockey season, before every game, check out the pregame show with Andrew Walker on Sports 1440. It's brought to you by Titan Supply, your only source for rigging, lifting, and hauling products. Visit titansupply.ca.
Your fantasy football league sucks. Why? Oh, we've got 7 painfully accurate reasons. And don't worry, we've got fixes too. Visit fantasytoilet.com for all the tools and hilarious awards to make your fantasy league suck less.
Diablo Boots sells only Canadian-made work and biker boots made by Canada West. No American or boots made in China, so no tariffs. All of Diablo's boots have replaceable soles and heels for longer life. Sizes 6 to 14 Triple E. Buy quality, buy Canadian. And support Canada West and Diablo, the 2 best names in the boot business. So save on boots by Save on Foods. That's Diablo Boots, 3340 Gateway Boulevard on the east side of Save on Foods. Buy Canadian. They're terrific.
Oh, new year, new me, right?
How about a resolution you'll actually enjoy?
This January, resolve to get a better ride at Nisku Ford. It's the New Year, New Ride event. Leave last year's vehicle in the rear view mirror and start 2026 in a brand new Ford. Get rebates as high as $10,000 or choose interest rates as low as 0%. Now that's a resolution you can stick to. Visit Nisku Ford today or browse our new inventory at niskuford.ca. Above expectations.
Who should start? Who needs to hit the bench? Find out with Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas.
This is Sports 1440. Presented by Wilhock Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
$11:23. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, brought to you by Wilhock Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online, willhockbeefjerky.com. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick, Country Mac with you here. The show brought to you by Wilhock Beef Jerky. Check them out, willhockbeefjerky.com. You can give them a follow on X as well at Wilhock Jerky, as 2/3 of the panel battle for 100 followers.
You said 1,000 the first time too, and that
did
confused me for a moment because
sorry.
I was thinking, oh, you're trying to get these two to 1,000 followers. I don't have 1,000 followers.
They would be trying.
I'm just shy.
That race would take so long. It's hard to get followers on X these days. Real followers, that is.
Here's the shameless self promotion. While you're going to race to get Josh or Mackenzie to 100, simultaneously race to get me to 1,000.
We have a follower.
I'm just as short of 1,000 as they are of 100.
Okay. Why don't you have more followers?
I don't know. People can't handle my fire.
I mean, you're a witty guy.
Sometimes.
Well, we'll see then. You got to get to 1,000. That was unfair of me to say Josh and Mackenzie need to get to 1,000. That's all. But the long ways away.
Could take a while. We could be checking back in on this again sometime down the line
next year. Well, yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's tough these days. People want what they want. And if you don't have a certain amount of followers, I think people are hesitant. But
they're just like, oh, this guy doesn't already have followers. He must suck. But how do you get to people not thinking you suck if nobody follows you?
That's what one guy once told me. He was like, yeah, I'll listen to you when you have 500 followers. Like,
oof. Now look at you.
My takes aren't that good either way. How many followers are you at?
Like 960.
All right. 961. We can get 39 followers at B Douglas 1440, I think. We have 39 listeners with Twitter. Go give Brandon a follow as well.
The everything app. It's all happening on X.
It's all there. That's where you get all your show tweets for what's coming up with Carius.
Facts.
Duke has a race to 1,000 or a race to a date.
Tiger out of pocket.
Dang.
You're muted for 24 hours.
Duke could get 1,000 followers today. It could happen.
I could get a date today if I wanted to.
Yeah.
I'm very busy.
There's so many people in the mall you could go talk to.
Just go up to strangers in the mall. Then all of a sudden get on a list.
Well, if you asked enough people, I think eventually you get a yes.
One of the keys, and I was much more in line with this approach as a younger person when I was out at like the bars and stuff. It's like, it's okay to strike out. It's okay to like, no's shouldn't crater you, and they don't. Now I just don't ask at all. And it's not out of fear of being rejected. It's just out of largely disinterest in general.
That's fair.
But so be it.
You're a busy man.
Yeah, I'm very busy.
You've already mentioned that. This segment brought to you by elksnation.ca, 2 weekly podcasts with Eddie Steele and Declan Kruger, breaking down the green and gold. It is the most in-depth double E football coverage you'll find online, but I think almost anywhere. 2 weekly podcasts, of course. You can also watch it on YouTube or check out elksnation.ca for the articles. Some notes from practice today for the Edmonton Oilers. Matthias Ekholm not on the ice. So Regula partnered with Bouchard. You've got Nurse and Wallman and Stastny Emberson. Jari looks like he's getting the start tomorrow. Up front, Nuge, Hyman, McDavid, of course, Podkolzin, Kapanen, and Draisaitl. Savoy, Szymanski, Roslovic. I've seen Szymanski in the third line, and then Jan, Mark, Lazar, Frederick. We'll try to get you an update on Matthias Ekholm. What it is might just be a rest day. Obviously, coming off a decent game on Tuesday or Monday night, but we'll have that after the fact. Lowtide and Gregor, of course, will have that confirmed for you. But yeah, Matthias Ekholm not on the ice today. I also did want to get into Cam Tate's question today for the 2-minute warning. As he does now, he runs it on the X, does the poll. And this question is probably one that's been talked quite a bit. Are you surprised that Bill Belichick was not voted into football's Hall of Fame on the first ballot? The results right now are overwhelmingly yes, but it should be 100% yes. Who in their mind would have thought, oh yeah, not first ballot Hall of Famer?
Bill Polian.
Allegedly. Yeah. He's denied.
He's denied, which as I said to Kevin this morning, what, like you'd admit to it?
Why wouldn't he?
It's spite.
Polian's a straight shooter, Duke.
No.
He would be like, yeah, I did it.
So
look at the power I have.
The ballot is public, right? So we will know. I think, what did Kevin say, 9 days or something is when it actually comes out. But to me, that's more like, all right, we'll know Polian voted no, which says, yeah, fair enough. He hates Bill Belichick and the Patriots. But what we've been led to believe through reporting by people that are a little more in tune with things is that Polian put his thumb on the scales with some other voters to try and sway them to not including Belichick in this first ballot.
Allegedly.
That's what
allegedly.
As I said, as that's what the reporting has said.
Yeah. It's kind of funny to me that, like, because, you know,
which, like, be honest, Connor, tell me, what other reason would there be for him to not be voted in by everybody except Bill Polian, who is doing a spite pick?
Well, it's not everybody but him. Because
know.
You need 40 out of 50. He didn't get that.
Yes. But, I mean, Polian's not going to convince 50 people.
You only got to convince 9
but
others,
he could
right?
convince 9 others.
Or would it be 10 others to get it to 39? Because you need 40.
You need 40
to
pass, right? Yeah. So 11 total voted no, 10 plus Polian.
I like the idea of him, like his big brother. Like, I got to go to all these people and talk. I got to convince them not to do this. hypothetically, if he were to be the mastermind behind it. Listen, I mean, hey, Belichick cheated. There's Spygate. Inflategate, did he know? Maybe. It is funny to me, though, that it is like the guy who was his rival with the Colts for so long that this is it. Part of me is kind of like, I'm shocked. I'm flabbergasted he should be first ballot. But I'm also of the side of like, well, whatever. He'll get in next year. It's going to happen. He's a Hall of Famer. If you don't think he's a Hall of Famer, you're stupid. Well, I shouldn't say that. Maybe you just really are standing on your morals and you don't like that he once cheated and recorded another team's practice, potentially more than that. To me, though, Duke, it's kind of like when you look at Suzuki or Jeter or Griffey or Nolan Ryan or Tom Seaver, who received like 99% of Hall of Fame votes.
Yeah.
Who's the, you know what, that says, yeah, that person, not a Hall of Famer? Like,
like that's what I mean. Like, guys just do it to like grandstand.
Yeah.
Essentially. And in the baseball Hall of Fame side of things, their ballots are not public, so they don't ever have to put their name to what they do.
I hate
they can just then roam around in their own circles for the rest of their life and say, yeah, I'm the one that kept Ichiro at a Hall of Fame in his first year of eligibility.
99.7. That's what Ichiro got last year. That really fires me up. Like, who's the dummy that thinks, oh yeah, I'm going to make sure he's not. I'm going to gatekeep that 100%. It's only going to be Mariano Rivera. Was it a Yankees reporter? Maybe. Probably not. But who knows? Like, it's so dumb. But anyways, Bill Belichick's going to get in. And you guys were talking about it as well. So, like, does Tom Brady, does this happen to him now as well?
Does that mean that he also doesn't get to get on first ballot despite being the greatest quarterback to ever play the sport?
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
No.
If Bill Belichick is not a first ballot Hall of Famer, who is?
Well, exactly. And
nobody.
But I will say this, and if I start name dropping Hall of Famers, will you know if they're first ballot or not?
That's a fair point. But here's the thing. Certain people, the cachet they hold in the sport, you just say, yeah, they absolutely would.
Joe Montana.
He was first ballot Hall of Famer.
100%. Yeah.
Peyton Manning.
First ballot.
First ballot Hall of Famer. Right? Like, so.
Antonio Gates.
Yes.
No.
Did he not get in last year?
He didn't. You know why? Because he tested positive for steroids. And I think some people held it against him. Same sort of thing.
Okay.
1 year, nope. And then the next year you get in.
Yeah. I don't know. So then that brings up the question of, is it hypocritical for allowing people to be in the Hall of Fame that now sometimes they were put in before bad things about them were more well known, or they actually did these bad things. Obviously, the primary name that is to a certain extent jokingly used in this is O.J. Simpson. It's like, should he be removed from the Pro Football Hall of Fame? What he accomplished inside the game of football is exceptional. Absolutely deserves to be there. But if we're gatekeeping it based on morals, well, then that's a totally different conversation.
Who did disassociate with him? Did USC?
Yes.
The Bills probably would have.
I don't know if the Bills did publicly, but it's not exactly like they were bringing him in to bang the drum before games. I know he's still associated with the Bills. Like, he considered himself a proud alumni and all that. I think he still went to games. But I can't say for sure on that because I didn't follow it that closely. Not that close. I didn't follow it closely at all.
Yeah, and I think he's still in the College Football Hall of Fame. So, well, yeah, different obviously, but that was the name that was brought up. If he's there, why can't Bill? And Bill will be. Like, we all know it. It's going to happen next year. Tiger says people are piling on Polian. I question the individuals who he convinced. Jay and Victoria says, wasn't OJ found innocent? Yeah.
Not in the civil court.
Not in civil court.
Not in civil court. And he did commit other crimes.
Yes. Well, he burgled and stole his old memorabilia
back. So now, is that a crime at the level of what he was accused of against his ex-wife? No, obviously not. But crime is crime. And there's plenty of people that have been accused and convicted of crimes in a number of different Hall of Fames But in the case of the civil matter that O.J. Simpson was convicted of, yeah, a little bit different story.
MTR says, basically that means no coach should ever be first ballot in the Hall of Fame. Essentially. I mean, I'm trying to think who would retire next and be getting in that quickly, because he's got 8 Super Bowl championships, 6 as a head coach, 2 with the Giants previously. Like, no one has that resume. But there's going to be probably some coaches that get in first ballot, but maybe not Duke. Like, I don't know. Would Pete Carroll?
Yeah, I'm not so sure, because part of what makes Pete Carroll's legacy what it is what he accomplished in college as well. This is the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Yes.
And he obviously had a great run with the Seahawks. Only won 1 Super Bowl. Went to another, should have won a second, but if not for a pretty egregious play call.
Like if Andy Reid retires, sorry to cut you off.
Andy Reid should be a first ballot Hall of Fame.
Because that would be the one, right?
That is the name.
Yeah.
For sure, among current coaches. That if they retired today.
I'm with you. I'm with you there, Duke. Ryan says, is Bill going to maybe coach this year?
Does that, if they know that, then
it would have been a non-issue.
It wouldn't have been just 11 people voting no.
No, he'll be back at Chapel Hill, I believe.
That's the current plan.
Woof. Turn that thing around. Bring back
Lots
Drake
of room
May.
for improvement.
Chad says Duke will finish 40 beers this week before gaining 40 followers.
Probably not.
Probably, yeah. 40 beers, that's a lot.
That is a lot of beers. And listen, while I am capable of it in the course of a week, that's not that much. But if I had 6 beer league games.
You are capable. You are strong.
Yeah, exactly. I am important.
I matter. Roadhammer says, I can tell you what I think the reason for Belichick not getting in this year, because he has a problem with Robert Kraft, and Robert Kraft has been voted in, and we will find out in about 9 days that they don't want the two of those guys getting together now, do they? Well, they wouldn't have to get together per se. It's a big ceremony, lots of room to sit far apart from each other. Do they have beef? I don't know. Neil says, not surprised. He had some baggage. They wanted to punish him by not being inducted in the first go-around. I mean,
that's the explanation, but is it justified?
Yeah, exactly. That's the question, right? Like you would always say, I think if you asked 1,000 NFL fans, hey, it was Bill Belichick, when he's eligible first time, should he be in the Hall of Fame? I'd say north of 980 would say, yeah, of course.
And then my last follow-up on that point would be, did he not get punished in real time for the acts?
$500,000, I believe.
Draft picks.
First round draft pick.
Like Brady got suspended.
He was never suspended. No, Brady was suspended for Inflategate.
Yeah, but I mean, which is part of this, is not. So,
Deflategate.
Deflate.
Not inflate. Because Brady's small hands.
Underflate.
A smaller ball. Hold on to it. Yeah, that's it. There was punishment already, but one more year. Street justice. We'll take a break here. When we come back, we'll get to all your texts. There's a lot coming in here that we can get to. It is Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Wilhock Beef Jerky here on Sports 1440, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and Twitch, brought to you by Wilhock Beef Jerky.
Cantork has turned 25. That's right, 25 years of building tools so good, they practically torque themselves. Hard work and innovation equals problem solved. See our latest designs at cantork.com.
Looking for the perfect gift? Give the gift of great taste with a Loca Quality Market gift card. Redeemable at any Loca Quality Market or Loca-operated restaurant. It's a treat for food lovers. Ready anytime. Grab yours today at loca.ca.
This is Andrew Walker, host of the postgame show on Sports 1440. After every hockey game this season, tune in and chime in as we talk about the game. It's all sponsored by Legacy Heating and Cooling. Don't get left in the cold. Visit legacyheating.ca.
The Oil Kings are Edmonton's first choice for family entertainment.
And every Sunday with the Edmonton Oil Kings at Rogers Place is a family fun Sunday.
Featuring a full concourse carnival with bouncy castles, face painting, and more.
Plus, a post-game player autograph session after every Edmonton Oil Kings Family Fun Sunday matchup.
The entertainment value is king size.
The best day at Rogers Place starts at $20 a seat at oilkings.ca.
Catch the biggest game on the biggest screens in the city. River Free Resort and Casino invites you to the ultimate football watch party. Sunday, February 8th in the venue. 3 giant screens, all-you-can-eat buffet, desserts and snacks, $5.25 drink features, and tons of prizes. Don't miss River Cree's ultimate football watch party with premium VIP seating available. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
Winter in Alberta doesn't mess around.
And neither does Titan Supply.
For over 50 years, we've earned the trust of our customers across a variety of industries.
Because we lead with integrity,
honesty,
and respect.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Brent from Titan Supply. When the weather hits hard,
we're fully stocked with rigging, lifting, and hauling gear that works as hard as you do.
Titan Supply.
Built on trust, driven by safety.
Serving Edmonton, Grand Prairie, Red Deer, and Calgary.
Let us help you face the weather the Titan way.
Visit titansupply.ca.
You haven't set your lineup yet, right? It's Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
It's 11:41. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online at willhawkbeefjerky.com. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick, Kenzie McLennan. If you want to give her a follow on X, Mac McLennan, or J Fenwick04. Josh at 74 followers now. Kenzie up to 70. The race is on. Well, the Duke at 961 still. I did a post. I want to see if we can get you there.
Oh, I see. I have a mention.
But the follows begin. The follow frenzy on Fantasy Frenzy. Brought to you by Will Hawk Beef
Follow
Jerky.
who you wish.
Who?
I haven't had any non-show related tweets for quite a while. So people will be like, all this guy does is post show links.
Well,
but if you really dive in for enough back, you'd be like, man, this guy, he's got some gas.
He does. He does. Duke, you just got to tweet more.
That could be true.
You got some good lines, but you just got to go for it.
I can't be afraid of the tweet flopping.
No, you can't live in fear.
Oh, this all goes back to the same conversation about if I can get 1,000 followers or a date first. Like the one about Eddie at the Critters game. All-timer. Comparing Eddie standing around the rest of the Critters team to Andy Reid at the punt pass kick competition. That one was gold.
That was good.
He just looks so big.
He's massive. We had a text come in here. Let me scroll through it. It was asking about players who have won a Grey Cup and a Super Bowl.
Yes, I saw that.
Bobby Singh?
From Chris.
I think he's the only one. Actually,
who?
Bobby Singh.
Okay.
Won a XFL championship, a Super Bowl, and a Grey Cup.
Man, might be the GOAT.
There are more, though. Harold Hasselbach, Ed George, Mervyn Fernandez, Swervin, Jeff Garcia.
Oh, yeah.
Garcia signed and back. Okay. Rocket Ismail, Joe Cap, Joe Theismann, Doug Flutie. I think that's all won Super Bowls. This is just guys who played in both leagues, I think.
Oh, I was going to say, Doug Flutie won a Super Bowl.
I was like, yeah, what? Well, half these names, I'm like, I don't think they actually have. Tyrone Williams won the Vanier Cup, Super Bowl, and Grey Cup. That's a pretty good run. 6'5", 207. Well, yeah. You can get things done at the wide receiver position for sure. If there's more, let us know. I just gave you guys a bunch of bad information because it was just players who played in both, but we had a few in there. Text lines 1-833-401-1440. Questionable Scholar says, who was the guy who took the McDavid unanimous MVP away? Some guy out of Pittsburgh. Was it Roraba or Yohi? It was one of them.
I don't recall.
He He was very open about it. He discussed it and took flack, but at least owned it.
Put your name to it.
Yeah, well, you got to.
So you don't have to agree, but at least stand by what you do or what you say, what you vote. If you're afforded the privilege to cast a vote for awards, Hall of Fame, whatever the case, I'm not saying you got to justify it necessarily. Like, you don't need to write a, long form letter explaining why you do what you do, but to have your name on it is a good starting point, and say, yeah, I stand by it. And unlike in maybe this case of Bill Polian, him just saying, I don't like Bill Belichick, and that's why I didn't vote him in. Maybe a little bit better justification than that, which he will have, because he will say Spygate and Deflategate tarnish his reputation in the eyes of professional football. That'll be what he says. Like, all right, fair enough, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the other 10 guys, they'll say the same thing, but do they believe it?
That's the question. And like, honestly, if you said that, in my opinion, like this is the reasoning, I can get behind it. Like, yeah, he did do that.
Yeah, like it's a fact. It's not a rumor.
Jim Harbaugh's banned from college football for 20 some odd years or something. Like,
he could get back in.
He could get back in.
Once he leads the Chargers to a dozen Super Bowls over the next 20 years.
18, I believe.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Straight.
Dozen and a half.
Yeah.
Consecutive. Then
We'll
maybe
call it a Harbaugh dozen.
He'll return to finish out his career in Michigan again, maybe getting them back to the Natty as well.
That'd be massive. Be huge. MTR says, if I'm Belichick, when he gets in next year, I'm calling out the 11 in my speech. That would be funny.
Just he gets up there and just reads the 11 names and then gets off the stage.
That's it.
I could see Belichick doing that. He's not exactly the most when I say outspoken, I mean more so, talkative. He's not afraid to say things that people don't want to hear, obviously. But yeah, he prefers just to sit there and not say anything a lot of the time.
IMAX says, I'm headed to Jasper this afternoon to coach our hockey team. I'll easily cover your 40 beers. Going a day early to ski, so no problem. We'll be safe on the slopes, IMAC.
Go hit him, IMAC. Head up the knob chair for me. I haven't been back to Marmot since they upgraded the knob chair. I think it's a quad chair going up to the top of that peak now.
I couldn't tell you.
Before it was a pretty sketchy chair. Not going to lie. It's way up that mountain.
Yeah. Beautiful day for it as well, I think.
Oh, this next little stretch would be gorgeous. Some, what do they call them? Sundogs? Some sundog days.
+7 on Saturday, I think.
I might get a little. Well, up on the mountain, though, it won't be that warm, so it won't be slushy or anything.
Get that washer fluid ready. It's going to be mucky out there. Roadhammer says, what a lot of people don't talk about when they talk about Belichick's resume is exactly what he and Nick Saban did when they worked for the Cleveland Browns. They made it a respectable team, and after that, they left. The organization has been crap. But as I said in my previous text, the reason he's not getting this year is Robert Kraft. I mean, if it is because of Robert Kraft and Polian's just taking all the flack here, masterclass.
Right hand up. Hey, I would feel bad about everything that's been thrown his way, including by me. I've not been shy about it this morning. That's what we have been led to believe by the people that are closer to it.
Brad on the road says, what about the French sports writer who didn't even have a Ginla on the 2004 Hart ballot? See, I don't remember that one. Seth Rohrbaugh had McDavid 5th in the ballot back a few years ago. That's what I'm hearing from Josh. Jay Fenwick 04 on X. MTR says, if I'm... Oh, wait, I already got to that one. No point in reading it again. Only guy to win the Stanley Cup and the Grey Cup in the same year. Jerry James, 1955, 1955-ish. Did you look it up?
No, Kevin's talked about it in the past.
What? As a player for both? That is unbelievable. Played as a running back for the Blue Bombers. And then he also played
for the Leafs.
So it was before 1964, of course.
Yeah, in a period overlapping the 59 CFL season and the 59-60 NHL season, only player to win the Grey Cup and Cup finals in the same year.
Why don't more people talk about this? That is crazy.
Oh, so he didn't win the Stanley Cup. He played in the Cup final, lost.
Oh, okay. Well,
so he won the Grey Cup, lost in the Cup finals with the Maple Leafs.
Man, what an athlete.
I'll say.
Who in the NHL do you think could go play a little running back in the CFL? Nathan McKinnon?
Maybe. Couple years removed from actually playing, but I think most people's automatic answer, and maybe not running back necessarily, but just play in the NFL or pro football, like Dustin Bufflin was a monster.
Big Buff, yeah. You know, he's a pro fisher.
I could see Bufflin playing any number of positions.
Was he a good athlete, though? Like, noted? Good athlete? Or just big?
Because he was kind of like that guy was like, you looked at him and he wasn't necessarily like jacked and ripped, but he's athletic for a man of that size.
But right now,
I think he's a little bit bigger.
Yeah. And well, he's a pro fisherman.
True.
I tried to get him on our show once,
Good
but
athlete.
the pro fisher people didn't get back to me. They must have heard what I said about their sport. Rowdy Roddy says the Hall in all sports is a joke. Luongo, first ballot Hall of Famer, never won anything. Why is he in if Cujo isn't? Same result. A joke. Cujo is a name that is brought up a bit. No name. Also, Brad on the road says Scott Stevens could have been RB1. I'd put him in middle linebacker. Oh, meet them in the hole. Boom.
Just like Ed Reed, Ray Lewis type in the middle there coming across.
Oh, no doubt. CH Ichiro should have been unanimous from Husk. Yeah, like that just fires me up so much. That person who did that needs to be exposed. Like, you think that Ichiro Suzuki isn't a Hall of Famer? Did you watch baseball? Like, if you don't think he's a Hall of Famer, you don't deserve to have a vote. You should lose it.
And that's what people have said about the Belichick thing. If you voted no, you don't deserve to have a vote.
But at least you could justify it by
saying,
saying,
what did Ichiro do?
He cheated.
One of the
Ichiro,
most beloved players in the history of the game.
He's just, all he did was good things for the game. Came over, older, tore it up for the Mariners. Had a few other stops, but man. That's because I think Ryan Getzlaf could have played football. Well, I'm sure you're pointing to his brother played.
Getzlaf actually, as a younger kid, was, if he didn't play hockey, was going to pursue professional baseball. He was a very good baseball player.
Just an athlete, hey? Yeah. Chris Getzlaf played in the CFL for...
Rough Riders legend. Won a Grey Cup.
Played for the Esks as well.
Oh, yeah.
2 years. He got hurt, and Darrell Walker got into the lineup, I believe. That's how my memory has it. But yeah, 2-time Grey Cup champion. Good athlete. Good family of athletes there, the Getzlafs. And now he's Department of Player Safety?
Correct.
Oh. Hope he gets into management. Hey, guys, great job. Isn't the Blackhawks first round pick this year a really good football player? Miles? Yeah, he went back to play.
Mason West, he played high school football still this fall, and now and then he, like, after his football season was over, joined his USHL team full time. Dude, like, physical specimen. And they
6'5", 220.
He was their second, even third first round pick this year. Taken at the end of the first round. It turned a lot of heads. And, like, I was shocked. I was blown away watching the draft. I could not believe that this kid was doing this, and that the Blackhawks used a first round pick on him. Now, I don't know if they won state. I think they did, right?
That was why he went back, because they
had a really good team, and he wanted to play with his buddies, and, like, he's sticking it in high school, and he had like legitimate D1 offers to go play quarterback.
Marshall, Kent State, Miami, California, Illinois. We're all interested.
So, but what the people that have talked to him, like scouts, like guys like our friend Scott Wheeler, Stephen Ellis, the people they've talked to in and around him, that he is 100% committed to hockey. Like, that's what he wants to do professionally.
Wasn't Anders Lee a really good football player?
Yes. I think also a state champion.
Maurer, old Twins catcher, played football too, I think. Joe Maurer. I think he played high level.
Okay.
Wouldn't it be cool to be so good at two sports, like Kyler Murray, first round pick in Major League Baseball and the NFL?
Russ,
another one, yeah. Tom Brady was an Expos pick.
Tim Tebow playing for the Mets.
Earned. Michael Jordan.
Yeah, there you go.
Dion. Yeah, there's some good ones.
I can't even be good at one sport.
Yeah, I mean,
imagine being so good you can go pro in several. Unreal. I guess that's what makes you just an athlete.
Yeah.
And not, a hockey player or a football player or whatever. You're just an athlete.
Oh,
natural athlete.
Who's Hamlin? Is he with the Condor still? Hamlin?
James Hamlin?
Yeah. Isn't he
Local
like
product, isn't he?
I think he's like grew up like a good athlete, like played soccer in and around Alfonso Davies and like good football player. I thought that was what I had heard about him as well. Played a lot of sports. Anywho, John Elway, yeah, Yankees, Kaepernick as well. These guys just studs. Coming up next, it's Low on Flow Tide. It's Wednesday, so Kevin McCurdy will be by then on the Gregor Show today. We got Mike Rupp joining us. Take a look around the NHL. Paul Sir from Hoop City will be by. Giannis on the move, potentially. We'll see. We got Cam Tate's 2-minute warning. Business to Sport with longtime NHL player agent Rich Winter and Neil Sheehy going to be by as well. We got Spec, your M-Shock. So keep it locked here on Sports 1440. And Yagmu says, don't sleep on Bo. Yeah,
Of course,
Bo.
you don't know Bo.
You don't know Bo. Less rushing yards than Jim Harbaugh, though.
People
Remember
forget.
that. People don't forget because I tell them
his
every
own brother
time.
forgot. That was a fun little clip the NFL put out. That was really good.
Should have known. For the panel, I'm Connor Halley. Thank you guys for tuning in today. We'll be back to do it all over again tomorrow, 11 o'clock. First, we'll get to a Sports 1440 update brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online at willhawkbeefjerky.com. Only available in Leduc.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
3 games in the NHL tonight. The Rangers taking on the Isles from Long Island. Flyers playing the Red Hot Blue Jackets. Colorado in our nation's capital to face the Senators. And off the ice, Detroit Red Wings this morning extending defenseman Ben Trotz on a 3-year deal that'll carry an AAV of $3.85 million. The Edmonton Oil Kings on the road playing the Hitmen down in Calgary tonight. And a full slate in the PWHL. Montreal hosting Toronto, New York in Boston. Seattle taking on Ottawa. And in the nightcap, Vancouver playing Minnesota. On the hardwood, 9 games total, including the Raptors host the Knicks for a 5 o'clock tip-off from Scotiabank Arena. And some news out of the NFL this morning. Cleveland Browns set to hire former Ravens OC Todd Monken as their next head coach. Monken returns to Cleveland, where he served as the offensive coordinator in 2019. Earlier this morning, Canada announced its flag bearers for the upcoming Olympics in Italy. Michael Kingsbury and Marielle Thompson will share the honor. Mogul skier Kingsbury won gold in 2018 and silver in both 14 and 2022, while Thompson will be participating in her 4th Olympics as well, winning gold in ski cross 2014 and silver in 2022. Draw 13 of the Scotties Tournament of Hearts in the books from this morning. Canada beating the Northwest Territories 13-2. Saski over Yukon 10-4. Nova Scotia beating BC 11-10. And Ontario top Quebec 8-5. Coming up at the top of this hour is draw 14 for Mississauga. Both Alberta rinks in action. Sturmey playing Newfoundland, while Skrillex takes on Beth Peterson's Manitoba team. Plus PEI against Christina Black Nova Scotia squad. And New Brunswick playing none of it. Coming up on Sports 1440, it is the Lowdown with Low Tide. I'm Halley and Douglas. That's your Sports 1440 update.
This is Sports 1440.